And so the app itself, you have to forgive me. I didn't download it. I have a girlfriend. I don't think she'd be too excited if I got a dating app, even for research purposes for a podcast. But so essentially, it's like a similar UI to TikTok, but when you like someone's video and they like yours, it's a match, right?
Yes.
I think that's super interesting. And I'm curious, like, because one thing you also notice, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was that people, when they make a match on a dating app, they often will jump off to another platform.
Yes.
And so that was another part of the intention of making it a social experience, but within the app. And TikTok's messaging also isn't that great either, as far as like I'm concerned. So, what is it about Snack that keeps people on the app longer and doesn't keep them from jumping off?
You've definitely done your research. So the difference with Snack and where I kind of say that component of Instagram or a Snap experience or a TikTok experience comes into play is once you've matched, your videos are going to keep showing up on my feed. And instead of that like button, there's a DM box. And the value of that is that now that we've matched and you upload a video of your dog, I see that video of your dog and I can DM you directly from that video, whether it's through text, voice, video, and say, oh my God, that's such a cute dog. What type of dog is it? And it's a much more low pressure, natural way to start a conversation with someone versus the example of Tinder or Bumble where you match and then you're thrown to a separate UX that's only messaging where you have to try to figure out what to say to one another. That's just not the way you would naturally flirt or naturally kind of show your interest to someone. And when I was talking with Gen Z about how they're dating, that's why they're moving off to these other platforms. It's because they can kind of covertly continue the conversation with someone or flirt with someone without it being that, okay, so now we're on this match screen. What? We go grab a coffee? Or gonna go have a date? Like, what do you want to do next? Like, it's a really high pressure moment, and dating is hard, and you don't need those high pressure moments. So we were trying to say, how do we make it lighter? How do we make it more fun? How do we make it more natural?
And I'm curious if so far what the content looks like on the app. Is it very similar to like you're seeing TikTok type videos that aren't necessarily just dating related, just more so people showcasing their personality?
Yeah, so we're still really early. We only launched a few weeks ago. Our video editing tools are going in shortly. So right now we're really saying like upload your TikToks, upload your reels, upload your videos you already have. And the point of the app is to be more authentic and more real and more natural and show off who you are because ultimately if you end up going on a date with someone, they're going to see that anyways. So why not be more open and when I always say that, like, compare a static image of someone with guitar in their hands. And now all of a sudden you get a video of them playing this phenomenal James Blunt or Dave Matthews song. And how do you kind of like you get so much more about who they are from that video versus that static image. And that's what we're about.
Mhm. And like the way I've kind of explained it to people when I told them I was preparing for this podcast, it's I almost the way I explained it is I bring it as like it's almost content dating. Cause like when Nicole first told me it was a video dating app, my brain instantly jumped to like FaceTime speed dating is where my brain
Yeah.
went when I first heard a video dating app. When I
Interesting.
That's where my brain went. So now, but when I was researching and I realized how it actually worked, I was like, "Holy shit!" It's like, and then I started explaining to people it's video dating, but then I'd go further and say it's more like content dating because you're engaging with people for the content that they're posting. I know images considered content, everything, but just in the way my brain works, that's the way that I kind of wrap my head around it. Because
Interesting.
yeah, that's just how I've explained it to people. And I think that's super interesting because one other thing that I think was in the press release in TechCrunch, but it said that like this absolutely made me feel older than I've ever felt. And it's that Tinder is your parents' dating app.
Yep.
Can you kind of can you explain that for a little bit? Because I was like, I'm not a parent. I don't use Tinder anymore, but like it's my parents' dating app. But then I was thinking about it, I was like, it's totally right. But like, can you kind of explain where that sentiment comes from?
So our app is really targeting Gen Z, 18 to 25-year-olds. And if you think about the app that the previous generation used, and if you look back in time historically, there has been a new wave of dating apps every 10 years. And Tinder's now 9 years old. So you're getting to the point where it is through that next wave, and this next generation is looking for an app that's more built for them. And they are a video first generation. So they're expecting a video first dating experience in my mind. And when you ask people about Instagram versus TikTok, and you talk to people that have kind of shifted to TikTok, they find Instagram boring now. And I think you're going to get the same sentiment with dating, that if you have the option between more vibrant, more robust profiles, you're going to opt for video. And these other experiences from 10 years ago are going to feel dated and older and not as fun anymore. And that's where I joke that Tinder's your parents' dating app, because if you ask a 20-year-old what apps your parents use, chances are they're saying Tinder.
And why do you is there why didn't we have video dating apps like this before? Was it just because, to your point, Gen Z is video first, and so it just becomes very natural to them versus if it had been millennials and older generations, doing videos would be like a foreign thing for them to do, and that's why it didn't work?
So historically, when you've tried adding video to dating apps, it's just been a slideshow of images. And so to me, the key is that TikTok made it acceptable for video first profiles, but more importantly, they taught people how to create compelling 15 and 30-second videos. And that's why now is the right time for video first dating. Prior to TikTok or prior to even Musically saying, like, here's how you create something interesting about yourself that's really easy in 15 or 30 seconds, no one knew how to create a video. And it's this really daunting thing. And instead, now it's kind of this fun thing that people are doing and naturally have. And that is a bit of a generational shift, even as you see TikTok aging up, but it's very much ingrained in this generation that grew up with Snap, with Instagram stories, with now TikTok, that video is just the de facto medium that they communicate.